for tonight. So, welcome everybody to Late Nights with the Godfather. It is every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram as the Godfather of Tag, and also on the YouTube channel, also the Godfather of Tag. So, I love for y'all to welcome my first guest. It's the lovely and very talented B Simone.
What's up?
Good evening. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. What's up?
Hey, we're just, it's showtime, right?
Yes, it is. It was cold. It's cold in my house, so I got a little drape open because
I
it's
see.
freezing.
It's freezing. I know I need to turn a fan on or something. Every time I have a show, as many as I've done, I still get nervous and I sweat a little bit. So it's like
For
I gotta.
real? Get you a nice fan, a desk
I got,
fan.
I got a box fan that blows like down here, but it's not helping me up here.
Praise
So
him. You got
right,
you gotta shift it up top.
you gotta shift it. So I guess my first question tonight is, how long have you been on tag now?
Ooh, I've been on tag since January 20th of this
Okay,
year.
gotcha.
Mhm.
And what was the reason that you decided to come to tag?
Oh, so I was on a previous app before this one. I was on there for almost 3 years, and I just wasn't feeling it. I left them back in October
Hmm.
of last year, and I called myself visiting because I had COVID.
Gotcha.
So they was telling me about this app, and I was like, "Oh, I was already on there. Let me go ahead and reinstall it." So here I am, and I ain't go back to the other side. I've been on here ever since. So yeah, it's
So
pretty cool.
okay, so versus I guess the other platform that you're on and tag, what are some things that you I guess really like or dislike versus your previous platform or previous
Um, Well, all streaming apps, all social media apps come with mess, whether it's
Mhm.
Facebook, Twitter, whatever. It's gonna be some drama. But I just feel like what separates me from here and the other app, I feel like I know what to look for now. So
Right.
instead of, I was a well-known person on the other side as well. I did all the events. So, that came with hate, drama, envy, jealousy, all that stuff. So it's just like now, instead of me having oh my God, they're mad at me. Oh my, I don't care. Nah, I don't care. Because I mean, what's for you is going to be for you. You should never let anybody, steer you from doing what you want to do. So you just
Right.
got to
And
apply pressure at all times.
exactly. And I think of the three F words that I can't really speak of, but y'all probably know what I'm talking about. If they ain't feeding you something, and then
And
something.
financing, oh, okay. I left the video on my Instagram that's saying that same thing.
Right.
That's how
So,
I feel.
and I mean, it's gonna. And the thing is, though, that you're doing well when you have that. You
Of
know that
course.
something is going well, and you're doing something right. When
Mhm.
you have people that either hating or got something negative to say about it, or whatever the case may be. I can remember when I first started doing shows, and we had the feature and everything like that. It was it was some interesting stuff. I'm like, little old me, like I'm
Mhm.
not like little old me,
Mhm.
little Godfather just minds his own business, stays in his own lane, you know, does
Right.
whatever I do, and I don't really bother nobody. So
Exactly. Even when you're not bothering nobody, people still try to find a reason to do something, and it's an eye opener. It really is.
you
Hmm.
find out who's really down for you, who really is, who is and who isn't, who's on your side, who's not, and who is exactly who is. That's just the way it's going to be. That's how it is here, and that's how
Right.
it'll be in real life as well. So
Right.
I know you have a few things. Well, you do actually a lot of things. If y'all haven't had a chance, number one, make sure you hit her with that fave. Number two, it seems like she's always coming up with something. And when she just doesn't come up with just something, she comes up with some great content. I would definitely put her up there in the very top of a lot of our other content creators that I know of. It comes with different content to engage other people. Tell us a little about the event that you do on Sundays.
Oh, the battle of events. When I came over here, my event was always called the Fine A Word Auctions. B Simone presents the Fine A Word Auctions. And coming over here, like I said, I wasn't going to nobody else's live. I didn't even know they had auctions over here. I didn't know they had award shows over here. I literally just brought my contact from that app, seeing how to navigate it on this app, and I just did it. But people are so sensitive to the word auction. Everybody's doing auctions. So I'm just like, well, let me put a twist on it. I noticed that the only person that was really using the word battle was the gunny.
Right.
The gunny battle. So I'm just like, well, let me do the battle of this. So that's why I know I did the battle of the fupas. Sunday coming up is the battle of the backsides. Like I just do different kind of battles. Like I know it's something that's fun, but of course you got to keep it PG-13. So I just like coming up with new ideas, new different things. I don't care who's doing it. Even if 15 people are doing the same event, it's not a B Simone event. So that would never,
Right.
make me change my mind. Oh, I'm not going to do an event because such and such is doing it. No. Burger King, Wendy's, and McDonald's, and all them other burger places, yes, they all sell burgers and fries, but their tastes are different. They attract different people. So
and their culture and how they do different, how they do, how they serve their customers and how they do this and that is all different. And maybe I'll be burger joints, but
right.
they all have a different, like one has the Whopper and one has, the Big Mac and one has whatever the case may be. It's with people's preference. There's going to be people that aren't going to like it. Some people are very big on Wendy's and won't go to McDonald's. Well, there's some people that are going to go to B Simone's events and some that go to other events. And like I was saying earlier, whoever is meant to come to that event is going to come there, and that's the support that you want. You don't need anybody that's going to come there. And so, and I know I think you do another event or another, I guess, show type content, and that is on, I think, Wednesdays as well.
On Wednesdays at 10, yes. I'm getting a new featured show because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it with the battles because everybody's doing them. So me being an autistic mom, I have an autistic son. I'm already doing a lot, for the community where we live at. That's why I went ahead and put that in my bio. That I am the speaker for autism awareness because I'm the community. I'm really really into the community here when it comes to autism. So I was like, well, let me just do a show, with people who have issues, not only with children being, having autism, ADHD, Down syndrome, like, streaming, working, taking care of bills, being a mom, being a dad, like that's a handful. And I know if I'm stressing out,
right.
I know other people are stressing out. So when I had my battle of the mothers for Mother's Day, and just listening to all the women who had issues with their children, I'm like, well, let me go ahead and just bring something different to the app. So I do that. It's called Parenthood with B Simone. I do it every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern.
Oh, okay.
And we just talk and have fun.
Okay. So y'all definitely need to make sure you check that out. I think I've seen part of one. I'm gonna try to make it to more. Of course, it's right after my show. Sometimes I do stay live, so and the thing is just trying to balance. Well, let me ask this too. So, with being a mother, being a streamer, of course, I'm sure working and all those other things. How do you balance all that?
Oh Lord, a lot of drinking. No, I'm just playing. I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just playing, y'all. I'm just playing. You just make time for what you want to make time for. I know my son, he's very active. When he's very, very, hey, Frank, he's very active. When it's time to play, he wants all of mommy's attention. So I tend to stream when I know he's getting ready for the bed, when I know he's winding down, or when he's in school, when he's at my mom's house or his daddy's house for the weekend. Whenever I find time to stream, I just do it.
Right.
Yeah.
So what's the most common time? So most of the times you're gonna go live is, of course, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. and then on Sundays it's at what time?
7 p.m. Eastern.
Yep. So those are times you can for sure catch her live and watch her shows. So Yes, definitely.
Love
I had
you,
heard
man.
about B Simone, I think through Instagram, just seeing posts stuff like that, but had never been to her live. I don't even remember. I don't know. I sometimes just be out there perusing, but I heard a lot of buzz, about B Simone, B Simone, B Simone. I'm like, who is this B Simone? I think finally I went
Everybody,
into finally went into her live, and I was like, oh, okay. And I think it was probably during an event, and I think it was even a couple other things as well. But I was like, wow, very uh, articulate, very great content. Like I said, when it comes to things to for the community, um, positive things, things that are uplifting people, things that are teaching people, things that are, not you know not breaking each other down or insulting each other, things like
right,
that.
right.
Um,
I get tired of that going in people's lives and it's always disrespecting somebody. Don't get me wrong. We have fun in my life too. I know how to talk mess, but
right,
I know when to turn it on and turn it off. I pray in my live every show before I do on Wednesdays. I open up with prayer and we'll pray right in my life. I don't care. Like people want that. People, when you are dealing with so much outside the app and then before you hit go live, I don't want to hit go live and I got to deal with drama in my real world and on here. No, that's
right.
you gotta. It's a balance. No, I
So
don't.
speaking
I,
of so speaking
I
of
don't
going
like
live, what
to
are
be
some of the
around
things
it.
you do to right? So what are some of the things that you do to prepare, or that you do but prior to hitting that live button?
Oh Lord, say okay. All right, let's get it. And I hit go live, and people. I'm like, it's like a moth to a flame with me. My
Okay.
personality, I'm gonna make you laugh. If you know me and you have not laughed, I have failed as being your homie or your friend. Cause I'm
Oh,
goofy, I'm outspoken, I'm a joke. I've been doing this since I was in elementary school. So I
okay.
mean, I just stay away from the BSers and just stick with people who I know genuinely love me. Because the energy definitely, you can tell how people energy and vibes if they really fool with you or not.
Right. I actually get a lot of times when people come to my live because anybody's ever been here before, either show or no show. This my
Mm-hmm.
personality, as you see right here, is me here and me off of here. I'm not the one that's going to be hopping around much unless I'm, sometimes, we get kind of, crazy sometimes. But I've had some people come in here and ask, "Are you high? Are you drunk? Are you okay?" Because I just have such a kind of a laid back personality, and it just fits me. That's just the way I
Right.
am. Not too much really gets to me, and if it gets to me,
Right.
I don't really share it with people that are in my close circle because it's not for everybody to know about. Because some people can take that information
Right.
and do some old crazy shit with it. So we definitely don't need that. But yeah, I mean, just kind of like you said before, just kind of stay in your own lane. Kind of keep yourself, and the ones that are supposed to be there are going to be there. So
You know what I
um,
hate most about this app or just people in general?
mhm.
If I have an issue with you, no, I'm not even going to say that. People are so one sided. They'll listen to one side of an issue with that person and they'll just go off of that. Like you dislike me and you haven't even met me, but because your friend then told you some mess because they were hurt because at one point in time they did fool with B Simone. So
Mhm.
therefore, if they're beating to you now, they're speaking out of hurt, out of me irritating them. Or because I mean, I'm pretty sure I made you mad before, but you can't stay mad at me. I probably said something that you didn't want to hear. I'm not that friend that's gonna tell you what you want to hear. I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. So I feel like you're just mad. You're not fooling with me. You're mad at me, and I haven't even done nothing to you. You don't want to go to my live. You want to hate on my events. Like for what? We all can eat. It's so much money to be made on this app. I'm not going to tear down somebody else's event because they're doing something like me. No, I had somebody do an event. Um, it was an issue. I had somebody do an event, and they kind of named it after my event. And me being cool with her, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of shocked me because I'm like, oh, you real close to my circle. I didn't know, you was gonna do that. But when I thought about it, I was like, you know what? It is what it is. She changed the name of it. Okay, that's cool too. But guess what? When she had the event, I was right there. Like, I don't care. Do what satisfies you. Don't let nobody deter you from doing what you want to do on this app. We all can eat. So
Right.
get to know B Simone for yourself instead of the hurt person that you heard the mess from. Because I'm a dope as female. I'm sorry to cuss, but I'm pretty dope. I'll be my own friend. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
And the thing I've learned too is, when I don't necessarily have an agreement with someone, or if I'm not, I'm not really, I don't go around and badmouth that person or anything like that.
Right.
I just keep doing what I do, and you know what I do when certain people do some a certain way. I use distance. I don't
Right.
use mouth. I don't use anything else. I don't post something on social media. I don't put some
Right.
hidden message somewhere. It's just distance. I distance myself from that person until I decide to come back around. And if I come back around and they welcome me back, great. If they don't, great. Either way, guess what? I eat.
Period. And don't think me saying I don't want to be your friend no more, don't think it's automatically beef. I'm still going to pray for you. I'm still going to wish you well. We just can't eat at the same table. You can eat over there in the nerd area. I'm going to be in the genius area, or be in the popular table, whatever you want to say. Just
Right.
because I stopped being your friend, I mean, I'm going to beef with you. I'm grown. I'll be 31 in a couple of weeks. I don't got time to be having drama with people that I'm probably never going to see in my life on an app. I uninstalled this thing so quick.
Yep.
And well, nobody hear from me, okay?
It only takes on an iPhone. Only takes a press and hold and hit
Okay.
that minus button.
All
Delete
right.
app. And be
Listen,
like, what?
I walked away from a whole app for 3 years before I came on here. If I can do it to them, I can do it to this. It's only been like 4 weeks, 4 months.
You know how many
I'll
times
get over it.
right? You know how many times I was gonna leave tag in the
I'm
3 years
telling you.
I've been on here? Good Lord. So many times, like, you know what? Forget this. I'm gone. I'm leaving it. I told some people that were close to me on here, I was like, I'm done. I'm over with it. But that's a good thing, though. And I'm sure you have people like this as well. And I'm sure you have days like that where you're
Yes.
like, you know what? Forget this. But then you have those friends that you
Mm-hmm.
talk to off the app,
Mm-hmm.
and you share that with them, and they're like,
Mm-hmm.
fuck, like, what? Man, you better just take a little rest. Easy, just step away for a minute
Mm-hmm.
and regather your stuff and just keep on going, because it's getting more plentiful now here on Tag, where we have more and more content, more and more shows. I said something a while back, when they start coming up with more, that I feel like it's going to be more like a TV remote. When you open up the app and you go to the trending page, there's going to be so many different shows and content. And I believe, because even on our other side of Meet Group, on Meet Me, they have shows on top of shows. Meaning there's featured shows being featured at the same time. So at
Wow.
that point, now they're not. I don't know if they're really competing, but then at that point, you're almost competing for, because your content's got to be that much better than the other person. But
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe not even that. It's just other stuff for other people.
Right.
Some people don't like, battles of anything, or don't like, which is fine. Some people don't like talk shows like this. That's
Mm-hmm.
okay, you know,
That's true.
because again, you know how many people are downloading this app and come on here every day, and now we just merged with Moko Space.
Right.
There's so much out there for people to be able to uh, pull from or watch, that's gonna be right down. I mean, like, some people like, Real Housewives of Atlanta. Some people
Mm-hmm.
don't. Because guess what? Some people like nature shows. So there's just so much different content now that's continued to come to the app. Um, if you could change anything on Tagged, what would you change?
Viewing somebody's board. If I can just put that in invisible mode. Oh, Lord have mercy. That would eliminate so much drama. People
Mm-hmm.
worry about the wrong things. You worried about me being 100K on this person board and they only 20K on my board. You don't know the agreement that me and this person had. That person
You
could have
know,
cashed at me some money or did me a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
them boards and them diamonds. Oh, Lord have mercy.
And And just like the VIPs, a lot of people are like, oh my God, they're a black VIP. Yeah, but the thing is, they're a black VIP probably in one person's life, maybe two, possibly three.
Mm-hmm.
They're that, they don't spread that wealth around. They spread that around, and some do. But most of what I've learned since that has been known is a lot of them have a specific people that they got that from being in their life and swiping in their
Mm-hmm.
life. Not that they go everywhere and just spread it all over the place.
Right.
So, um, yeah, because I think probably they've made actually a lot of great changes here recently. Got the different size boxes, you got the multi boxes,
Mm-hmm.
you got the merge comments, you got all these different things, the gifts that are updated every week. Um, I think yeah, with like that. Now, if I go into someone's live and I'm looking at the board, I'm not looking at the board because I'm worried about. I'm looking at the board to see what. Maybe it's different. A lot of people. I go in and look at the board just to see what's going on. You can kind of like if I'm just getting in there, and sometimes when you have that dry period in your live, you can sometimes look at the board and you can kind of tell the vibe. You go
Right.
in
Or
there and
I see where I am on your board. Now I will do that. If I go to somebody's board, I'm just seeing where I am on their board to see if I gotta come back and throw on them because I got a lot of people I talk to. So
right,
you don't want to feel like you shorting somebody out of some gifts.
right, exactly. In fact, when you're talking about before about the autism something like that, I actually had a guest on here. His name is Mr. Perfect. He's autistic. And
Mm-hmm.
that's when I added the puzzle piece to
Mm-hmm.
my name. I have a nephew that's autistic. He's high functioning autism. He's an adult now.
Wow.
And we took care of him when he was, we started taking care of him. This is when I was still married. I think he was 10 or 11. And it was something very new for me. All my kids don't have any special needs that
Mm-hmm.
are titled, at least. They might have some special needs, but anyway. But it's not anything like autism or like that. So when he came into our home, trying to adapt to, I don't know how it is with your son, but like with him, he was fixated on round things. For him, it was clocks. For him, it was just about anything round. They're
Mm-hmm.
very structured, most of them,
Mm-hmm.
depending on what type of part of the autism spectrum that they're, because there's low functioning as well. I knew
Mm-hmm.
somebody that had a nephew that was low functioning, and really he couldn't talk, and he was almost always had a tablet in his hand, and communicating, you had to really kind of learn how to communicate with him because of him being low functioning.
Right.
Um, but my nephew, he now is, how old is he now? Like 20 years old. He works a job. He's got his own place. My
Okay.
ex-wife is his payee. So when he gets paid, he works a job, works a really good job. He's very responsible with that. So if you didn't know any better, now that he's gotten older and he's kind of adapted to certain things, and we've talked, this is the thing, we never treated him any different than we treated any of our other kids
Right.
um,
I
because he
don't
was autistic.
handicap him. I definitely do not handicap him at all.
Right. And I think that's a really big thing, in my opinion, from the experience that I've had, is obviously there's some things that you have to kind of change a little bit because of how they learn or because of certain behaviors that they have. But all in all, it's not like, well, he did that because he's autistic, or oh, don't mind him, he's because he's this, or whatever the case may be. No, like he's your son. This
Right.
is my nephew.
Right.
If he makes me mad, I talk to him just like I talk to my kids. He's a grown man now.
That's right.
Um, and there's certain things about him that get on my everlasting nerve.
Mm-hmm.
He asks questions upon questions upon questions upon questions upon questions. Every time you see him, he's got about 10 questions to ask you, like you're being interviewed. And a lot of
Wow.
times it's the same questions that you've already answered. So,
Right.
I love, hey, look, you already asked that, let's talk about something else. He's a big fan of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm a big fan of the Packers. So we always tease each other about that, but he's definitely, to see how far he's grown in the last 9, 10 years. I'm very, very proud of him,
Right.
what he's done, and continues to grow and continues to learn. So,
That's
um,
that's good.
one of my favorite questions that I used to ask a lot and I continue to ask, who is your hero or heroes, and why?
My mother, that's my best friend. She taught me how to be independent. Definitely. Her and my dad separated when I was 7. She
Mhm.
didn't remarry no more until she was like, since I was like probably 12, 13, and see, like, that's why I go so hard for my son, because she did everything, everything. Spoiled. Me and my brother is spoiled. she didn't skip a beat. You know,
Right.
I don't know what it is to struggle. We didn't deal with that. You know, a lot of my friends, they're like, oh, like you walk around like he was spoon fed. I'm not walking around like I was anything. That's what I'm used to. I'm not used to the hoods. I'm not used to drugs. I'm not used to prostitutes walking the street, crackheads walking the street. I didn't live in no kind of environment. So, you know, that's why I am the way that I am, because I've seen this for 30 years. She was just like this. Yeah, it was no, I'm tired or I can't do this. No, get your ass up and work, go to school, take care of your children, and do what you got to do as a mother. That's why I go so hard for my son. For real.
Right.
Definitely.
To have those type of role models, you know, I'd reflected on who my hero. I have heroes, which is my mother. She's not a
Mm-hmm.
single mother, but very strong. She's the type of woman that,
Mm-hmm.
like recently, she had knee surgery, and they told her it'd be 8 weeks of rehab before she go back to work. Nope, mom was like, hold my beer. Well, she drank beer. In six
Mm-hmm.
weeks, she was back working, and she was as good as she was supposed to be. They cleared her to go back to work in 6 weeks.
Wow.
And it was my grandfather. My grandfather was a preemie in 1929. He weighed 2 pounds. He just
Wow.
passed away at the age of 85 a few years ago.
Wow.
The doctors literally said when they left after he was born, if he's still alive in the morning, we'll come check on him.
Wow.
And 85 years later, um,
Wow.
a lot of the mannerisms, a lot of how I act comes from him. I get told that I'm like him a lot, and it's certainly an honor because he was a wonderful, like my chill laid background. I had to have got that from him because I damn sure didn't get it from my dad. Because my dad has a temper about his fuse about that long. So I remember seeing car parts fly out garage windows when my dad was fixing stuff. So they don't fit. So
Wow.
but they've been very supportive. I'm sure your mom, you know, was always very supportive of your dreams and
Yes. Yeah.
aspirations and things that you wanted to do, and be like, you know, you say, hey mom, I want to do this, and you're like, she's like, yeah, I believe you can, and give you all the support. Of course, I'm sure there was times she's like, are you crazy? That's
Right.
Don't do that.
Right.
Learn
She.
different things.
Mel.
So. It's like, nah. She would like praise him. Well,
Yes.
well, B Simone, I definitely appreciate it. It's been an honor to have you on the show. If y'all haven't hit up the fave, I know y'all have heard of B Simone. Y'all need to check her out every Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern, right?
Yes.
And then every Sunday as well at 7 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesdays is her parenting
Yep.
show, and her Sundays is her battles of the, like this week it's battles of the backsides, booties, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
badunkadunks. I think I'm
Don't
going to be
don't. Are
battle of
you
the
old
cabooses.
school?
Well, I'm not 30, okay, so
Okay.
that goes way back, you know. So y'all remember the badunk dunk, right? But
Right.
it's been an honor. Thank
A
you so
rump
much.
shaker.
We have
Of
a
course.
we have
Thank you
a
for.
announcement here shortly.